The National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Bengals and the Colts coming up next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Bengals in this matchup, they're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
Of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in week 9? This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game?
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through it, dropping for an 8-yard loss. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield. And oftentimes, the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at we'll call it the 37-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They go play action. Young. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's Young off play action. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. With touchdown touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it culminates in an Indian. Touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
On 2nd and 7, Hurts firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 62 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass. And you
looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And really, you can't have a better situation than this. First and goal at the 1. Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
What's good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And some room to roam now. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
They'll run on first down. Pryor, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. Here's Hurts to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
This is fielded inside the 5. A nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They're at the halfway point of the season, Charles. 8-0. What a great start. Clearly a Super Bowl contender, if not the outright favorite, through 2 months to win the whole thing.
Well, there aren't too many.
Shedding the tackle that gives him some room. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
That throw by Young incomplete. Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. On play action, Young. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A big play there with a 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. 21-0 our score after 1. On first down, Hurts. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And he will find his man on the outside. A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch. A throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Young off the play fake. He's got it to Ingram, complete. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now, after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
I know that no game in the NFL is ever easy, but they're making it look that way. Everything is being done with such precision. Just on this drive alone, 3 plays, 3 first downs. If you're on defense, you're scrambling, looking at each other, trying to figure out how are we going to slow these guys down.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. On 2nd down, Streets. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Lutz to try to add the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 2nd down now, McKay. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Into the secondary, past the 40. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. Off the play fake, Young. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done.
Okay, we need to double-check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click. And I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Lutz with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Throwing is Hurts. And he's got his man on the out route. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for Cincinnati.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Hurts will turn and signal for a timeout, as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And the becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Hurts sets up to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. From the right hash, this from 53. And his kick here is good. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. This one complete to Ingram. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play there just before halftime. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts continue to pull away here in this first half. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's just been looking for some space. You know, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
So an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The question to be asked, where does this game go from here as we are back at it now on EA Sports? And he is going to dive to the turf. Boy, a strange return there. And they're going to start with really terrible field position.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 21 yards away. And the Colts just continue to pour it on. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Hurts. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Hurts. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Indy set to go on offense once more.
Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
The play fake, now Young. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Young now. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big connection on that one. 36 yards.
Another milestone falling on that last throw in what has been an MVP-type season so far, as he has now gone over 4,000 yards passing already on the year.
And it's been a whole lot of fun to watch as he's put together this type of a season. And to me, you have to figure, with so many games remaining, I think he'll breeze past 5,000 yards. Could he challenge the all-time record? Maybe even bump it up closer to 6,000 yards? I can't wait to watch. And the way he's playing, I wouldn't put it past him.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Streets. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Colts have got it on cruise control.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Lutz with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Colts to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Back now in Indianapolis. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A big play there. 51 yards.
And the Colts add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Cincinnati set to take over once again. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The Bengals bring out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Let's go. Do it.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. From the gun, it's Hurts. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man because
breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. The 30. And he'll be taken down inside Indy's 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look, and he's wrapped up. Taken down, back at the 25. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. After the sack on 1st down, Hurts. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Open space inside the 10. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
2nd and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. Streets. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They go play action. Young. Here's Benjamin with a catch. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play there for Indy.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. To be frank, you really have to feel for them. This is appearing to not be their week yet again. So another loss in the cards as they trail big in quarter number 4.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw as this play will stand as is.
Pryor has it complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points.